Have you ever been in that incredibly awkward situation where you walk into a room, maybe it's a party or a networking event, and someone walks up to you? They shake your hand, they smile, and they say, "Hi, I'm Sarah." And you smile back, you say your name, and then literally 3 seconds later, their name has completely vanished from your brain. It's just gone. You spend the rest of the conversation desperately trying to avoid using their name, calling them man or buddy, or secretly hoping someone else walks up and says their name so you can steal it. We've all done it. And usually, when this happens, we tell ourselves a very specific lie. I'm just really bad with names. Well, here's the thing. You are not inherently bad with names. And your memory isn't broken. What's actually happening is that you're falling victim to a massive flaw in human biology, and you've simply never been trained to bypass it. Today, I want to show you how the CIA trains its spies to speed learn and memorize incredible amounts of information, and how we can steal one of their best tricks to make sure you never forget a name again. Because remembering someone's name isn't just a party trick. It is one of the most powerful communication hacks on the planet to make people respect you and actually listen to you. But before we get to the spy stuff, we need to understand why your brain drops the ball so fast. Think of your short-term memory exactly like the RAM on your smartphone. It's incredibly fast, but it has a strict limit on how much it can hold. When you meet someone new, your brain is processing everything at once. You're analyzing body language, thinking about your posture, trying to sound smart, figuring out what to say next. Your mental RAM is completely overloaded. So when they say their name, it just bounces right off. It never even makes it into the hard drive. And on top of that, there's something called the forgetting curve. A researcher named Ebbinghaus discovered something brutal. Within just 1 hour of learning something new, your brain has already forgotten about 50% of it. Within 24 hours, 70% is gone. So if you're not actively fighting this process, your brain is naturally designed to forget names almost instantly. So how do we fix it? How do we hack the system? We look at the people who literally memorize things for a living. The CIA uses a technique that's basically a cheat code for memory. It's called the memory palace. Your brain is terrible at remembering abstract information, like random sounds or names. But your brain is unbelievably good at remembering physical spaces and visual locations. The CIA trains operatives to attach important information to objects inside an imagined room: a mirror, a fridge, a doorway. Every time they mentally revisit those places, the memory refreshes automatically. And we can use this exact same system to remember names. When someone tells you their name, you cannot passively hear it. That's the mistake. Passive listening works the same way passive studying does. You hear it, you nod, and your brain dumps it immediately. Instead, you need active recall. The second they say their name, you create a visual connection in your mind. Anchor their name to a feature on their face or to something ridiculous and memorable. For example, let's say you meet a guy named Matt, and he has thick eyebrows. Don't just think Matt. Imagine a giant fuzzy welcome mat sitting right on top of his eyebrows. Or maybe you meet Chloe, wearing a bright yellow jacket. Picture a massive glowing clover pinned to the jacket. Clover, Chloe. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly why it works. Your brain ignores boring information. But bizarre images? Those stick instantly. But that's only step one. Step two is how you completely destroy the forgetting curve, using something called spaced repetition. The moment someone introduces themselves, say their name back immediately. Great to meet you, Matt. That's repetition number one. Then let the conversation continue naturally, for 5 or 10 minutes. Your brain will start trying to dump the name. Right before it disappears, retrieve it again. So Matt, how long have you lived here? Boom. You just interrupted the forgetting curve and strengthened the memory pathway. Then, right before you leave, do one final recall. Look them in the eyes, remember the visual anchor, and say, "Great talking to you, Matt." Those 3 recalls immediately tell your brain this information matters, and your nervous system stores it properly. Now, this might sound like a lot at first. You're probably thinking, I can't imagine giant welcome mats while trying to have a normal conversation. And honestly, at first, it does feel weird. But like any skill, it becomes automatic with practice. Start small. The next time you go out, just focus on remembering the first 3 names you hear. That's it. Don't try to be perfect. Just build one visual anchor and say the name out loud once. Because here's what most people don't realize. We live in a world where everyone is distracted. Everyone is thinking about their phone or scanning the room for someone more important. So when you look someone in the eyes, truly focus on them, and remember their name 30 minutes later, it makes them feel important. And that level of presence builds trust and charisma almost instantly. You are not bad with names. You've just been using the wrong system. But now, you have the same mental blueprint used by elite students and intelligence operatives to lock information into memory on demand. So the next time someone introduces themselves, don't let the name slip away. Catch it, map it, retrieve it. I want you to try this out this weekend and let me know how it goes. Drop it in the comments below. I'd honestly love to hear it. And if you want more ways to hack your brain and upgrade your human software, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next one.